All right. Hey, we're happy on a Monday morning. And Lacie, that's Chickasha, right? Chickasha, Old Glory, blowing in the breeze there. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for choosing News 9. It is a Monday morning. It feels more like September out there, right?
That breeze is going to be welcomed later today.
Glad you're with us. Lacie Lowry will be back with us tomorrow. Lisa's here today. You doing okay today?
Yes, glad to be with you.
Got a lot going on. Colby, you're going to start things off for us?
Let's talk about it. Our top stories this morning. A suspect charged in a January deadly home invasion in Edmond takes a plea deal and avoids jail time. Police say 5 suspects broke into a home right near Santa Fe and Danforth, resulting in a man getting shot and killed. One of those suspects, Adrian Carr, pleaded no contest to accessory to murder and was sentenced to 5 years of supervision by the Department of Corrections. 3 other suspects are charged with first-degree murder.
And an Oklahoma City man is rushed to the hospital after police say he was shot near a home on the southeast side. It happened around Saturday afternoon, not clear on the exact time there, but it was at Southeast 59th and Bryant. He suffered a serious gunshot wound. Police say the man's girlfriend drove him to the hospital. No arrests have been made. The investigation is underway.
And troopers tell News 9 it was a wrong-way driver that was responsible for a deadly head-on collision. 2 people were killed. This was on the H.E. Bailey Turnpike late Saturday night. Troopers say for some unknown reason, one driver of a truck was eastbound in the westbound lanes of I-44 near Blanchard. The truck collided then with the car. Both of those drivers were killed. The interstate was shut down for several hours. It is back open, of course, this morning.
We're having some trouble loading the map there, but what we're not having trouble seeing is temperatures on the rise. It's going to be another close to record-breaking day. For the middle of November, it's pretty wild.
Here we go, Lacie. Give us a little update. How are we doing today?
Okay, so you're starting this morning, a little bit of a south breeze. We've got cloud cover around and some thick fog that's settling in the southwest. A few showers are taking off in far eastern Oklahoma. Those are going to be moving away from our area. Lucky Star Skycam Network sunrise is at 7:08, and we are already in the 60s. We haven't cooled off much at all because of the clouds, because of the wind. Now, where the fog is basically along 183. So from Clinton, Elk City, Dill City, Hobart, back down to Snyder, and especially from Lawton to Frederick, visibility half mile to a quarter of a mile, and dense fog advisory is with us due to the potential in this area for it to become quite difficult to see as you're traveling. So be careful in low-lying areas. Fog's not a problem in the metro. Temperatures are in the low 60s. It's windy this morning. Right now, 15 to 20 mile an hour wind. You'll notice that as you step out. A little breezy. I wouldn't necessarily call it windy for Oklahoma standards, but for the morning, it is not completely calm. We'll warm back into the low 80s today, and yes, that is going to tie the record high for the date of 82, said back in 2017. Some mid-80s to the south, and then it's all about the storm midweek, guys. Heavy rain and storms, rounds on the way Wednesday into Thursday, maybe even into early Friday, and more rain possibly as we start next week. We'll get into the details of how much we're expecting and any wind and hail threats coming up.
Lacie, thank you. A judge rules on several motions in the case against a former Oklahoma teacher charged with murder in Arkansas. On Friday, a judge said that Oklahoma must release Andrew McGann's incarceration records and disclose digital files. McGann, of course, was a teacher in the northeastern part of the state, and now he's accused of killing Clinton and Kristen Brink at Devil's Den State Park in Arkansas earlier this year. McGann pleaded not guilty to capital murder. Prosecutors are now seeking the death penalty, but McGann filed a motion to take that off the table. No word on when a judge will hear that motion. As of now, McGann is due back in court in January.
Well, an OU student and a pilot make an emergency landing down in Cleveland County. It happened in an airfield in Slaughterville Saturday, and according to the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office, the pair reported some engine problems before making that emergency landing. No crash occurred, so that's a bit of good news. Deputies said there were no additional safety concerns. Authorities have not released their names, but confirmed they did have engine trouble.
Well, the Oklahoma City Fire Department says a malfunctioning power bank is what sparked an apartment fire right here in the metro. Let's show you the pictures. This is what Oklahoma City posted on its Facebook page. They say they were called to an apartment. That was before. This is now the fire at the apartment. A neighbor said they heard the smoke alarm going off and called 911. Fire officials say just again, please check your batteries in your fire devices and make sure that if you have anything plugged in, avoid charging things overnight when you're not home so they don't heat up and cause a fire. This fire was contained to just the one apartment there. At Penn Square Mall, protesters are demanding accountability from White House Black Market 1 week after an Edmond woman says she was sexually battered by an employee. This was at the Edmond White House Black Market location.
It's a big story involving a Metro pastor. Edmond police responded to the report but did not make any arrests. News 9's Stephanie Minichi has the latest.
A few honks and several stares as passersby read signs saying no contact without consent. This protest is in support of Angela Scobie, who was shopping in Edmond's White House Black Market a week ago. Protest organizer C.J. Webernil shares what Scobie says happened.
Something in the effect of that, women pay in order to have your kind of curves. And then the person proceeded to take their hand and actually touch Miss Scobie on her behind.
Scobie's daughter, Emerald Scott, says her mom was shocked.
She called me to ask, am I overreacting? Am I thinking too hard? Did this really happen?
Edmond officers were called to the White House Black Market but didn't make an arrest. Scott, Webernil, and a couple of others stood outside the Penn Square Mall location Saturday, where they say the employee was transferred. Scott says she went inside the mall and saw a security guard in front of the retailer. She says it's unfair the employee is back at work.
It's just crazy because I feel like you're protecting a predator, but you didn't protect my mom.
Scott feels victims are oftentimes ignored when something like this happens.
This is why victims don't speak up, because they're not heard, they're not seen, and then appropriate actions aren't taken.
Our issue was simple. We wanted to address the fact that Ms. Scobie was assaulted, basically, and that she did not receive a proper response.
Stephanie Minichi, Oklahoma's own News 9.
And we should clarify, there was an arrest made. It was Scobie's husband, a well-known Metro pastor who went to that Edmond location to confront the employee. Police asked him to leave, but he refused and was taken into custody. Edmond police right now are still investigating the incident.
Well, new social studies textbooks for Oklahoma classrooms are in limbo. The state textbook committee voted Friday to pause the books because of the ongoing legal battle over new social studies curriculum. Now, this includes teachings from the Bible and the 2020 presidential election proposed by former state superintendent Ryan Walters. Until a court makes a ruling, no new textbooks will be in the works. Current State Superintendent Lyndall Field says he plans to review the standards.
Well, the holidays are really upon us. Watch out, those porch pirates are at it again. The average of crime increases about 20%, with packages being stolen right off the front porch. I said it, porch pirates.
Good job.
Seminole Police
You always
had
get
some
that.
tips to keep your holiday packages safe. If you don't know, just Google. Okay, track your deliveries, and in fact, don't Google.
Yeah.
Track your deliveries and try to select signatures required options if it's available. Leave delivery notes to have your package left somewhere else other than by the front door, or get those security cameras. If you have a package stolen, do not hesitate. Please call police and report it.
At this point, it seems like they're giving you those reads on purpose.
I know. I'll take it. I own it. I own it.
The American Red Cross is partnering with Pac-Man in an effort to boost blood donations this holiday season. So starting today all the way through December 7th, anyone who donates can score an exclusive pair of Red Cross Pac-Man socks and a figurine. All of this while supplies last. To book an appointment, just visit redcrossblood.org.
Well, Sunbeam Family Services says that many Oklahomans experience high stress and declining mental health during the holiday season, and that there are many factors that can increase symptoms in their health.
We've got seasonal depression happening. We've got financial stress happening, getting the holiday presents. And so those are really exacerbated during the holiday season.
Well, for more information about services available to you to help prevent this, go to our News 9 app or website.
Boy, thanks to Sunbeam. They do so much for the community, that's for sure. Hey, this November, Healthcare Express is inviting Oklahoma City area residents to help spread warmth through its month-long Cozy Winter Supply Drive. All donations collected through the Oklahoma City area clinics will benefit the city rescue mission. So right now, we've learned they're in need of men's and women's clothes sizes 2X and larger. They need hats, gloves, and socks. You can drop off the donations at Healthcare Express clinics in Moore, Choctaw, Midwest City, and in Edmond.
It's hard to think about it right now because it's been so warm.
It's been so warm.
but before we know it, it's going to be...
It'll turn quickly
yes.
on us. And when it does, Lacie, it always feels like it's a doozy, like it's a slap in the face, right?
You go from one extreme to the next. We have the record heat that we're experiencing. That continues today, guys. Lots of water headed our way. Rounds of rain midweek. And by the time we get to next week, close to the Thanksgiving holiday, we are tracking an Arctic invasion. It looks cold for either Thanksgiving, Black Friday. We'll see how it times out. No cold in the forecast today. We're talking near record highs. We'll time it out for you. More on the week rain. It's all coming up.
Welcome back. We're following this breaking news right now. This is at an apartment complex on the northwest side of Oklahoma City, right near North Rockwell and Melrose. It's the Meadows apartment, and right now we're told that one person was taken to the hospital after an incident that happened here. It's unclear what happened, but as you can see, there's crime scene tape up there right in the breezeway of this apartment complex. Our Brianna Brown is there. She said that she spoke with a supervising officer there on scene. He wasn't able to provide very many details, so we're working to get in touch with the public information officer. But what we do know right now is that police are there. They're still working to figure out what happened. Brianna is continuing to talk with police. We'll bring you updates as they come in. But again, one person was taken to the hospital after an incident here at the Meadows Apartments on Rockwell and Melrose. We'll be sure to bring you those updates as soon as they come in.
All right, 5:45, and glad you're waking up with us. It's a Monday.
It is.
Got your Monday morning quarterback. What did you think of that game?
Absolutely amazing. It was
screaming your head
stressful.
off?
It was stressful. The OU game became, down to the wire there for a minute, but oh man.
Toby Rowland on the
Incredible
radio.
victory.
He's like, Alabama has an Oklahoma
Right?
problem. I'm like, yes, they do. I loved it.
Keep it going.
I saw the stat that this was the first time that Alabama has lost a homecoming game since 2001.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're such a powerhouse.
Yes.
So
It
Why do
kind
you
of
book
made
OU?
the
Again next year.
it made OU players mad that they
did.
selected the OU game.
Fired
as
'em up.
homecoming.
Fired 'em up.
Yeah, they're like, we'll show you, right?
exactly.
As Michael Jordan would say, I took that personally.
Yes.
That's I took that personally.
Oh man, Mother Nature's getting ready to get personal with us. It sounds
It's
like a
so
little later.
warm right now, and then we've got rain chances headed our way. You'll notice as you step out right now that low cloud deck is getting even lower. It works like a blanket this time of year to keep us warm, so we're in the mid-60s as you're heading out. South wind is up. Right now we've got our crews out. News trackers are out. We've had several breaking news stories, and I know you guys will have more on those scenes in just a minute. Lex has been out on the interstates for us, and you can see the cloud cover in his shot and just a little bit of haze. Visibility is just fine in OKC. Let me show you another shot on our Lucky Star Skycam network. There's Old Glory, and then the lights in Chickasha, just a little bit of haze as well. The fog is much more dense to the southwest, and we are sitting at 63 with overcast at Will Rogers. The fog is dense once you get from 283 basically to all the way over to 270 and down to almost Highway 81. Up and down 183 from Clinton to Dill City, Hobart, Snyder, down to Frederick. There are areas where the fog is limiting visibility less than a quarter of a mile. So dense fog advisory through 9 a.m. for our western counties. Winds are up too strong in the metro to let the fog settle in. Snow is flying in the Rockies, and see the low pivoting over California. It's been dumping flooding rains. That is slow moving. It brings rain and storms to Oklahoma starting Wednesday. It will rain throughout the day Thursday and possibly not end until early Friday morning. That's what's headed our way. We need the rain. It's gone over 3 weeks without moisture. As you step out on your Monday, plan for a dry day. We've had a few showers take off in eastern Oklahoma. Those are going to continue to press to the east. Southeast winds, they're 10 to 20 miles per hour, but they're not as strong in the west and southwest, and that's where the fog is causing the most problems. Close to record highs today from the 50s, 60s, into the 80s, 79 today in Enid, 78 in Stillwater, but you get into the central portions of the state to the south, lower mid 80s is what we are expecting. So I'm going to take you back and show you what we've done over the last few days, because starting with Thursday of last week, we tied the record high. We were in the 80s on Friday, shattered the record. Saturday, 85. That record was set back in 1903 of 84. We broke that. Did not break records yesterday, because yesterday we had lower mid 70s, and now today we're back into the 80s, and again, more records could fall. So a little moisture streaming in. A few showers will take off into eastern Oklahoma. Snow over the mountains. That is going due north, and our next storm is right here coming in on the west coast. Now, eventually showing you future next gen, taking you into your Wednesday afternoon and evening. Scattered storms start to develop to the south, and those will lift to the north. We may not see rain in the metro till well after dark, well after sunset on Wednesday. But I do think we see rain overnight into Thursday morning. Could be a soggy morning drive Thursday morning in the metro with rounds of rain Thursday afternoon. Thursday evening, possibly even into early Friday before this whole low pivots and makes its way on out. It's exactly what we need. We need more systems like this because we have extreme drought back in Oklahoma. Tonight's a dry night, 40s, 50s, 60s, depending on where you are. And we have a weak cold front that moves in. That will give us a chance for temperatures to be in the 60s and low 70s tomorrow. So tomorrow will be our coolest day in the past several days across many areas. Then we're back to the mid 80s or mid 70s and low 80s on Wednesday before storms take off, and those make their way back to the north. And a few of the storms Wednesday could produce wind and hail into the late evening, into the overnight, up to quarter-size hail. 60 to 70 mile per hour winds would be kind of the high end as far as that damaging wind threat goes. And we'll have to watch for additional rain and storms into your Thursday. We'll see how this shakes out. If we still have some instability Thursday, a few strong storms would be possible Thursday as well. And one thing to note, when you get thunderstorms and convection, your rainfall rates are higher. And with rounds of rain, that means your totals are higher. So the latest data still hasn't changed much. To the north and west, 1/10 of an inch to maybe 1/2 of an inch in spots. You get down to the south, along and south of I-40. 1 to maybe locally 2 inches of rain, and there might be a few bullseyes that see 3, maybe even 4 if you get those thunderstorms to train over the same area. So we'll update you on the totals and the timing over the next couple of days. It does look wet late Wednesday, especially through the day Thursday. That knocks highs back into the 60s, and after this, guys, no more 80s showing up for fall. Back to you.
Lacie, thank you. Topping national news now, the House expected to vote as soon as tomorrow on a bill that calls for the release of all Justice Department's case files on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Now, Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene is among the GOP lawmakers pushing for the Epstein files to be released. Over the weekend, President Trump said he will no longer support Greene, calling her wacky and a traitor.
I call her Marjorie Trader Green, I think was the name that he had given her. Meanwhile, the Ford Motor Company unveils its new high-tech world headquarters building. It's right in Dearborn, Michigan. Ford says its old headquarters will be demolished. The company has not disclosed the cost of that new building, though the car maker is expected to finish its move there in 2027.
All right, here we go. AAA predicts nearly 82 million Americans will travel at least 50 miles from home for Thanksgiving. Over 73 million travelers are expected to hit the road, though the FAA says it's announcing the end of the shutdown-related orders due to those reduced flights now that the government is back open. They're saying everything is a go. In fact, I think it was 5 a.m. this morning. They said everything is good at airports. As of now, more than 6 million Americans are expected to fly this Thanksgiving, which is a week from Thursday.
Wow, it's hard. Okay, here we go. Coming up, skunks with rabies have been found in Yukon and in Edmond. How about that? Health officials are now warning about why you shouldn't get too close. It's coming up at 6.
Whoa. Hey, as you're waking up, we do have some breaking news this morning. You're looking live. Our crew is there, and this is an apartment complex there right off Rockwell and Melrose. This is on the northwest side of the metro, and there you see kind of in that courtyard or breezeway area of the Meadows Apartments. Crime scene tape has been put up. One person was rushed to the hospital after possibly being shot. We do not know exactly the details of what played out. Police are working there. They are at the scene. Our photographer is there, Stephen Owsley, doing a good job for us, and Brianna Brown will be checking in with her, getting the very latest at 6 a.m.
You got to check this out. During halftime of the Bears-Vikings game, a group of oversized mascots perform the tush push, the play affectionately known as the tush push, past a youth football.
He made it.
It's a youth football team, and as you can see, the mascots, they were very proud of themselves.
So the Cowboys at least scored on that play, right?
Yeah. Finally, the Cowboys get it in the end zone. The tush push, of course, should be illegal, and I say that as our producer, our 6 a.m. producer, is a big Eagles fan. But we all know it should be illegal. Right?
What a thrill for those young players too to get out there at a big NFL game.
And it makes for an awesome spectacle.
I love videos of mascots going hard against little kids. It's always great. Speaking of going hard, the weather's going hard this week, and it's been warm, but we're about to maybe get some rain finally.
Today's likely the warmest day we will have maybe for the rest of the season and for several months. 80s on the way. After this, we have a couple days in the 70s, then rain moves in, possibly Arctic air next week. Well, all the details coming up.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, we'll pay later. Hey, we're back with more headlines coming up.
You're watching Oklahoma's own News 9 This Morning.
It is 6:30 on your Monday morning, and we are following this breaking news right now on the northwest side of Oklahoma City. A reported shooting right near Melrose and Rockwell, an apartment complex there, the Meadows Apartments. Police say that they arrived there to find a victim with a gunshot wound. That person was taken to the hospital. They're expected to be okay, but you can see right now there is crime scene tape up as police continue to look into what led up to this shooting. Our Brianna Brown is there right now along with our news tracker, Stephen Owsley, bringing us the very latest. They're talking with police. We'll be checking in with Brianna a little bit later.
Just north of I-40, kind of close to Northwest 5th Street there in Rockwell.
That's right, yeah. We'll continue to follow that. We'll check in with Brianna as well. Right now, we're just watching some beautiful weather.
I was going to say another big story, and that is the potential to break records again today.
Again.
Heat is on, Lacie. Maybe for the last time this year, at least, right?
It sure looks like it. At least the last time for November that we should be in the 80s. We've got big changes coming up over the next couple of weeks. Just to show you the changes we've had in the last week. 7 days ago, last Monday, it was 23 degrees as you were heading out to start your work week. We had the very chilly air in place. We only made it into the 40s. Today, we're starting in the upper 50s, and we will warm back to the 80s. And yeah, that is so far above average that we are now in record territory. Once again, no fog in the metro. We got the cloud deck, though, that's working to insulate things. It works like a blanket, keeps us warmer overnight, but the fog is dense. The winds are much calmer from Corn to Clinton to Mangum to Cooperton to Snyder, Altus, back to Apache. Low-lying areas as you're driving through, please know, use your low beams. It does look like the fog is going to slow you down in spots. Visibility is good to go on our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. That's our Christensen cam. That's the Kilpatrick Turnpike right at Portland. Sunrise is at 7:08 and it is 63 degrees. We're down to 53 in Clinton, 56 in Hobart, 54 in Woodward, 61 in Ponca, 63 in Seminole, 63 in Shawnee as well. There's a southeast wind, 5-15, some gusts close to 20, and then winds are light to calm in the southwest. Eventually those pick up. We warm back to the 70s, the lower, the mid 80s. After today, records are safe. We're still warm until rain and storms arrive. We have rounds of heavy rain midweek. We'll time it out and talk about how cold we get on your 9-day. It's coming up.
Thanks so much. Well, Shawnee police are needing your help in finding a man they say stole a camper. Let me show you the pictures. This is the man and the vehicle that authorities are looking for. Is a good look at the guy. There's a black truck and you can see the camper behind. If you know who did this, please call Shawnee Police. Do you know that guy right there, or the truck or the camper? The number 405-214-5035. You can also make an anonymous report through the police tip line there in Shawnee.
In Northeast Oklahoma, a high school football coach is one of 7 men arrested for paying for sex in a sting operation. Catoosa police say Chance Juby was arrested at a Tulsa area hotel after agreeing to pay for sex through an ad that was set up by undercover law enforcement. Now, these arrests were a part of an effort by the nonprofit Skull Games. That's a counter-sex trafficking group.
Not only are they creating the demand for this, right, but they're creating these barriers for victims in the sense that a high school athletic director is somebody that we are taught at a young age that we trust, right?
Now, Juby was arrested and booked into jail for solicitation of prostitution. Nowata Public Schools telling us that Juby has been placed on administrative leave while the investigation continues.
A suspect charged in a deadly home invasion in Edmond takes a plea deal in order to avoid jail time. It happened back in January. Police say 5 suspects broke into a home right near Santa Fe and Danforth, resulting in a man getting shot and killed. Well, one of those suspects, Adrian Carr, pleaded no contest to accessory to murder and was sentenced to 5 years of supervision by the Department of Corrections. 3 other suspects are also charged with first-degree murder. 6:35 your time right now. Let's take a look at your morning drive as you're heading out the door this morning. A live look from our news tracker, Lex Stanfield. He is at I-235 right there at 23rd Street, so right by the state capitol. And things moving along smoothly. Certainly a lot of headlights moving into the downtown area of Oklahoma City. But so far, no major incidents here in this area to report that are going to slow you down. We'll continue to watch it throughout the morning.
Well, the American Red Cross is partnering with Pac-Man. This is all in an effort to boost blood donations. We're getting ready to get into the holidays. Sometimes the blood shortage can be critical. So starting today, if you donate blood, you can get an exclusive pair of Red Cross Pac-Man socks or a figurine. It's while the supplies last. But here's the main thing. They desperately need blood donations. This event will go on through December 7th. To book an appointment, you can visit redcrossblood.org. org. An Oklahoma City shop owner is helping a Metro family. Their child has cancer and the family has been facing homelessness.
They're stepping in to help, and News 9's Elizabeth Fitz is sharing their story.
Sylvia Tyler Marchant, the co-owner of Refinery, says she started a GoFundMe to help her FedEx driver, James Allen, as his 3-year-old daughter battles pediatric cancer and his family works to escape homelessness.
Tyler Marchant, an Oklahoma City shop owner, struck up a conversation with her FedEx delivery driver. She asked how he was doing.
And he said, well, do you want me to lie to you or do you want me to be honest? I said, be honest. And he said, well, my daughter has cancer. We're battling that. We're going through that. And just kind of laid it on me.
He told her about his 3-year-old daughter, Kaylani, who has a rare type of pediatric cancer called ependymoma.
It's like a brain tumor that is from the back of her brain that's going down to her spine.
Removing the tumor would present too many risks, so Kaylani underwent a round of chemotherapy and radiation, but it was unsuccessful.
To see her go through that and still have a smile on her face, just like, I don't know, she keeps me going.
Her parents say Kaylani is a daddy's girl who loves music, cats, and princesses. While she undergoes chemo and radiation for a second time, Marchant says the least she could do was start a GoFundMe.
Her and her owner was a shoulder to cry on, so I really did cry on her shoulder.
He's so kind, comes in with a smile every day, and it's just a good reminder that you don't know what people are going through on any given day. So it's just a reminder to be kind, do what you can, and just give back whenever you can.
The Allen family says all financial support is going toward finding the kids stable housing. If you would like to help them out, we have a link to their GoFundMe on our website, news9.com. In the studio, Elizabeth Fitz, Oklahoma's own News 9.
And the Make-A-Wish Foundation also stepping in to help that family. They're actually at Disney World right now.
Oh, that's
great.
wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to switch gears, talk a little bit about that weather forecast for a Monday.
If you love the warmer weather, I have good news. I also have bad news. Let's turn to the Bob Mills weather. Lacie, this might be the last day.
Yeah, so we're in the 80s today. We'll still have 70s the next couple of days, which is above average, just not record setting. Then the rain moves in, thunderstorms move in. We need the moisture. We've gone over 3 weeks without any beneficial moisture across most of Oklahoma, and we have waves of rain. Behind that, we do turn cooler. We'll time it all out. We'll talk about your 9-day forecast coming up.
And coming up, we're going to recap these 2 deadly crashes on 2 Oklahoma interstates, one on I-44, the other on I-35. After the break, what we know about each of those incidents, it's ahead.
6:41 here on your Monday, and we are starting the work week off warm, to say the least.
We're getting warmed up.
It's wild as you step outside. Usually it's like fireplace weather, you know,
Yes.
in the mornings, or go sit outside and bundle up. Not the case.
We
It's
kind
in
of feel
60s.
confused.
The fireplace is outside.
It's nuts. And today we're back to the 80s. So lower 80s, some mid 80s. More records could fall today. Tomorrow and Wednesday are still in the 70s, but it's not record breaking.
And the leaves are everywhere.
The leaves are everywhere. Today a little bit gusty, and it's just ripping more of those leaves off. And then we have a couple of days where the winds aren't crazy and more rain is headed our way. So there's a bit of a warm front that's lifting in right now. That's sparked a few showers up north of Tulsa, up near Grand Lake, and that's pushing off towards Missouri and Arkansas. So not impacting Oklahoma. We're dry with this setup, but it is going to warm us back up to the 80s. And our next storm is over California. There are a couple of those small spotty showers I was talking about. Which is nice to have some rain in the state, but that's not going to move into our viewing area. Our rainmaker is what's over California, and it doesn't move in until Wednesday. What's this big blob on the map? Well, that is fog, and it is thick. From Leedy to Thomas to Clinton, along I-40 from Hinton to Elk City. You'll really near Weatherford see some of that fog back to Hobart, Mangum, Altus, and at times visibility is less than a quarter of a mile, which means you do have to slow down. Watch for the deer running around, especially as we get here close to daybreak. Your Lucky Star Sky Cam network traffic on the Kilpatrick looking good on our Christensen cam. 7:08 is sunrise, and we are still at 63. We've just been sitting in the low 60s. That cloud cover is insulating things for us this morning, and eventually we're at full sun. And 80s. 62 is the temp in Enid, 63 in Chandler, 61 in Chickasha. We do have some 40s back to the west where your skies were clear overnight. Now more fog is trying to develop, and eventually that mixes out. These winds will start to pick up. They're just the lightest from Altus to Sayre to Clinton back to Lawton. Winds out of the southeast are 10 to 20, and that's plenty of wind. That's enough wind to keep the fog from becoming an issue for drivers in the metro. This afternoon, that warming wind means we heat back up to the upper 70s. We're soaring back to the 80s again, and the record high is in jeopardy today. It's 82 in Oklahoma City, and it was set back in 2017. I think we see some mid, even upper 80s to the south and southwest. And in case you've lost track of the records, I put this together for you for OKC. Thursday of last week, we tied the record high of 81. Friday, we shattered the record high of 80. We got to 82. Saturday, we made it to 85 degrees. There were mid-90s in southwest Oklahoma. It was our second to warmest, hottest day on record for the month of November on Saturday. Not as hot yesterday, but today we are back to the 80s, and we have been so dry. So with that, the drought is a problem, extreme drought. We had a couple wildfires over the weekend. We need water. We've gone 3 weeks for most of the state without moisture, and folks down near Altus and Tipton have gone nearly 2 months without rain. But I do think that changes. This low is not a rainmaker. It's the big swirl coming in now over the Pacific. We've been tracking that thing since it was over Russia, coming across the Pacific Ocean, and it still looks good for rain for the Sooner State. Thunderstorms take off late Wednesday, maybe in the late afternoon, early evening. We'll time it out better as it gets on shore later today. We'll have more updates for you. David has the latest this afternoon. Rain around early Thursday into Thursday midday. Look at the waves of water. These will be thunderstorms at times with some pockets of heavy rain into your Thursday evening, maybe even lingering through early Friday. Then Friday we dry it out, and Friday looks chilly with the strong north wind. Lows tonight with a north wind, not strong cold front though. This is not our big storm system. This is the one that's pushing to the north. It does give us 40s and 50s, and then tomorrow will be several degrees cooler, 10 degrees cooler, which is still above average. Average is 60 degrees. We'll be at 72 in OKC, 67 in Alba, 68 in Woodward, and north wind about 10 to 20 miles per hour and dry. Wednesday, 60s, 70s, and 80s, depending on your location. And afternoon thunderstorms do take off. Chances are highest for central and southern Oklahoma late Wednesday. By early Thursday and Thursday morning, that's pretty much most of the state getting in on the rain action. We'll have to watch Wednesday, maybe Thursday, for a severe risk. So overall, it's low, okay? We're not getting up there into the spring-like category, but some damaging winds and large hail will be possible. Some of these storms might have some rotation to them, so we'll watch that. Wednesday night into Thursday, really through the day Thursday, we're just keeping rain chances likely. It won't be a solid wall of water that just lasts the whole time. You'll get breaks in the rain, but man, do we need it. And I think the totals are still looking really good, from 1/10 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch in the north. It's a pretty big range, 1 to maybe up to 2 inches for central Oklahoma, and a couple of areas down to the south could see 1 to maybe 3 inches of rain. That whole storm moves out Friday. We dry it out. We're in the 60s. 50s for the weekend, and we'll watch. Deer gun season opens this weekend, and we may have some thunderstorms Sunday into Monday. Back to you guys.
All right, Lacie, thank you. Oklahoma Highway Patrol says a wrong-way driver is responsible for a head-on crash that killed 2 people. This was on the H.E. Bailey Turnpike. According to police, this all happened Saturday night in the westbound lanes right near Blanchard. Troopers say that a pickup truck was traveling eastbound when the driver hit another car. The drivers of both of those cars, Dale Gibson and Larry Granger, were both killed. OHP says it is continuing to investigate what led up to that crash. And 2 people are killed in a chain reaction crash, this one on I-35. In fact, it shut down the northbound lanes of the interstate for more than 8 hours. It all happened early Saturday morning right near Guthrie. Oklahoma Highway Patrol says that a driver of a car hit a deer. Then the 2 people inside of that car got out to check the damage, and that's when they were hit by a semi-truck. Moments later, we're told that an SUV then hit that semi. OHP says Peyton Kaminskas and Jason Kaminskas were the ones in the first car. They were both killed. We're told those inside the SUV suffered minor injuries.
And breaking news taking us to northwest Oklahoma City this morning, where police are on the scene of a reported shooting at the Meadows Apartments. That's near Melrose and Rockwell. News 9's Brianna Brown is at that scene, and she's been talking with police. What's the latest now, Brianna?
Yes, police have confirmed that one man was transported to the hospital with a gunshot wound. Now, we're going to go ahead and give you a look of what this scene looks like here at the Meadows apartment. Now, this is off Melrose and Rockwell, not far from Reno. Now, police say that a call came in about a man who was injured here at the stairwell. Now, when officers arrived, he was transported to the hospital. It was unclear if it was a gunshot wound, but they did confirm that this man was shot. Now, we haven't got any information on his condition or any update yet. Now, police have not also given any information about possible suspects. So we'll continue to keep you updated as we learn more information here. But one man was transported to the hospital with a gunshot wound. We'll continue to keep you updated here. Live in Oklahoma City, Brianna Brown, Oklahoma's Own, News 9.
All right, Brianna, thanks so much. Let's see how we're doing on the roadways this morning. One busy area right over near Northwest Expressway. This is right by the Belle Isle Bridge. Just a heads up, traffic is moving along okay. We've been checking all the interstates. Everything is A-okay. This is our news tracker, Lex Stanfield, providing that shot. Lex, good job. We appreciate you out there on the roads this morning. We're back right after this.
Hey, coming up on the Coca-Cola porch, Winter Wonderland in Midtown. It's a fully immersive holiday experience for families. And at 9 a.m., we go through that Winter Wonderland and give you a sneak peek.
Well, the Sooners and the Cowboys back in action on Saturday. Well, OSU, man, I thought they were going to win that game. They should have, but it just was not a good outcome at Boone Pickens Stadium. Despite a strong effort from the defense, OSU, the offense really could just not get things going. Kansas State wins it 14-6. Up next, the Cowboys head to Orlando this Saturday. They will take on the University of Central Florida. Kickoff there is at 3 p.m.
Well, how about this? It seems like the infamous tush push can't be stopped, even when a group of mascots do it. You see this? It was during the halftime of the Bears-Vikings game. A group of those mascots, they performed the tush push in order to get past a youth football team's defense. Well, they made it into the end zone, so good coaching on the mascots' part. I will say, though, the mascots appeared not to jump off sides or false start, which is usually how the Eagles are able to successfully finish.
You're saying they cheat? Is that what you're saying?
Push. Our producer is a big Eagles fan. She's going crazy right now. Yes, they false start every time. Okay, what can you say?
Look at him. That was so cool.
Dallas with the Monday night football game tonight too, right?
Yeah, Dallas will be on the field tonight, so we'll see if they got it done like the mascots got it done.
Hey, we got to talk about that OU Alabama game on Saturday. I mean, I think everyone was on pins and needles.
Yes.
I was listening to it on the radio, and Toby with the play-by-play is always so awesome. And he said at the end, after OU wins, Alabama has an Oklahoma problem. Is that not the truth?
Seems like
absolutely the truth.
Yeah.
It was so good to see those plays. I mean, right off the bat, they got that interception and scored.
Now they got Missouri and they got LSU, two big. I mean, it's not easy. This is not an easy schedule for Oklahoma, and if they can finish strong, we're talking playoffs. Here we go.
Okay, I guess that loss to Texas wasn't as bad as I thought it was a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah. It loosened the blow a little bit, didn't it?
It did. Okay, so, I mean, boy, what a way to win in Alabama. I mean, and that field goal that was blocked, that was really the game changer, the difference.
The defense was amazing. The special teams were amazing, and that made all the difference in the world. Coming out with the win. Yeah, it was their homecoming, by the way. Alabama's homecoming.
They have to rethink
Welcome
that.
OU.
Yeah, hello. I don't think they'll do that one again.
Pick a different team next year.
I was watching some of the OU fans that made the trip out to Tuscaloosa, and you could tell during the most stressful parts of the game, it was going through their head like, was this trip worth it?
Sure.
I think,
okay, yeah.
I think at the end of it was definitely worth it, yeah.
Way to go, Sooners. All right, Monday morning quarterback is over. Okay, oh, here's some of the highlights. This right here, yeah, look, interception. I mean, this is like the first.
Right, too.
Yeah. I mean, is that not, I could just watch this over and over. Like, look at him
watching
go.
the first
the 30,
time every time.
the 20, the 10.
I thought Big Boy 64 was going to get him, though.
Oh, that was close. Yeah. And that field goal that they blocked too, I mean, that was just
I love how the
such a
quarterback,
great-
Ty Simpson, tried to make
Watch this.
Like, good
Yeah,
effort,
the
bud.
sacks.
Oh, yeah. Pick that one up and off to the races. Way to go, Sooners. Okay, so yeah, Missouri is what, 11 a.m.?
11 a.m. kickoff, yeah.
In Norman on Saturday.
Both home games, Missouri and LSU.
coming to town. How are we looking Saturday for the game?
Not nearly as warm as what it
Okay.
was in Tuscaloosa. Not nearly as warm for OSU either because, man, it was hot over the weekend. We still have 80s today. We do have a weak front that moves in tomorrow. We're in the 70s. Rain and storms move in, but we dry it out. Saturday, that's actually November weather. November-like football weather arrives, 40s to the 50s.
And all those high school playoff games Friday night, too. Woo,
Yep,
good
dry
time
now.
of year. All right, having a great day. We'll catch you back after 7.